In exchange, they get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in this year's draft. The first round is this Wednesday. They also get 5 second-round picks. The trade can be formally completed when the new league year begins on July the 6th. Not only do the Suns get 2 starters from the number 2 seed in the Western Conference and a 2025 first-round pick, and also receive second-round picks, including the number 59 selection in this year's draft. NBA Finals Game 7, the Thunder captured their first championship with a 103-91 win over the Pacers. The College World Series final is complete. LSU eliminated Coastal Carolina with a 5-3 win on Sunday to capture their 8th national championship. The Tigers won the best of 3, 2-0. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Summer days just got even brighter with Kohl's epic deals. Get this, you can score tees for just $5.99, bedding for 60% off, comfy shorts only $7.99, and so much more. You do not want to miss out. Shop Kohl's epic deals for savings on all things summer now, before it's too late. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends June 22nd. See store at Kohls.com for details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/policy. That's ethos.com/policy.
It's a sweet deal.
All you gotta do is just listen and start winning.
We can't make it any simpler.
Yeah, we'd be lying if we told you we hadn't considered asking for a cut.
Get the winning edge.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The only place in football where the offense is always on the field is on Moneyline. With the 2 best hosts in radio, Donnie Rightside.
If anybody wasn't watching, listen, I don't know what you were doing.
And Kevin Walsh.
Forget act like you've been there before.
On the SportsGrid Radio Network, Sirius XM Channel 159.
The best of every day now is officially underway. It is a Monday, and what a week it is going to be right here on the SportsGrid Network. Donnie Rightside and Kevin Walsh. This is Moneyline. And we are ready because why? The NHL is done. The NBA is done. The NBA is going to have its draft on Wednesday night. We'll look forward to that. But then we go into the MLB abyss until we recover midway through July and say, you know what? Look at this. Training camp's underway. Woohoo! It's a changing of the seasons, Kev. It is. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that. Also, I think the NBA, Donnie, as we know, though, it's not like they go quiet once the season ends.
That or one trade.
You think so? You think?
By the
even
way,
though we've already had 2 big trades.
Can we please get into this right now? Because I get upset. Like, I love the fact that the NBA is entertaining off the court. We all love that. It's what the summer is for, and it's special.
Yeah.
But I said today to Ben, I said, if I put this in NFL terms, and I say to myself, like, okay, like Roger Goodell gets wind of Aaron Rodgers being traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl Sunday. He's like, yeah, that's a Wednesday story. And if it gets out, I might banish these franchises for making this deal to take any eyes away from the Super Bowl, which is what we're all gathering here for. Kevin, how can a trade go down specifically in the middle of the season, basically? Well, I mean, not in the middle. You get the point here. Like, still in a season of that magnitude. And they don't have the forefront to say, we're going to push this back and announce this on Tuesday to give the NBA time to breathe on Sunday with the championship, Monday to rehash it and give Oklahoma City its flowers. Tuesday, we'll announce the trade. Wednesday, we go right into the, hey, look at this. It's the draft, and away we go. How does a trade of that magnitude come out on a Sunday and be like, well, now does the casual fan even care about Oklahoma City and the Pacers because they didn't? But now it's like, oh, hurry up and get this game over with. We got to talk KD, Houston. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to get to next year. How does this happen?
Yeah, I think it's honestly a fake complaint, Donnie.
It's not. It's unbelievable. It would never happen in the NFL. It doesn't even make sense. How
Alex Smith was traded. Alex Smith was traded. Alex Smith was traded 5 days before the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Okay? So stop. Okay?
No.
Stop comparing the NBA to other
Smith.
Yeah, Alex Smith, who was the starting quarterback in front of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Alex Smith. Well, you don't remember that. All right, because it doesn't go back. Because I know, because the brain doesn't go back that far. Right, the Rolodex doesn't reach that back, and that's okay. But you're off base here. Stop complaining.
Brutal.
You want to talk finals? Let's talk finals. If you want to talk Durant, we'll talk Durant.
We're going to talk both.
Donnie, we were talking basketball all day long. That's exactly what you want. And then the finals happened, and we were watching the finals. Again, this nonsense as if in the middle of the game, it was like, hey, guys.
Brutal. That's brutal.
Let's just talk Durant. Like, that's not what was going on.
They almost threw A-Rod out of baseball when he announced that he wasn't going to opt into his contract during the World Series. They were going to throw him out of baseball. Like we told you, there is a moratorium during this championship run that you cannot void, and they did it. I can't.
They did it.
I saw the Sidery report. I saw it's like, you know what?
A-Rod just did whatever he wanted.
Correct. Yeah, and they were furious at him, and that's why Major League Baseball held it against them. Yeah. They told him, don't you do this. And in the middle of the game, they break to, who's the baseball reporter? Who's the guy with the bow tie?
Buster Olney?
Ken Rosenthal. Ken Rosenthal. They go live in like the 7th inning. They made A-Rod's opting out, and they were absolutely they wanted to banish him from the sport because they told him, you are not allowed to release this information. He goes, during the game, bang. And there goes the other reporter away. So it takes it. I'm surprised because I thought the NBA was set it up perfect. As I said, the Sidery report came out. The next 2 to 3 days, this deal is going to go down. We all knew that was going to happen. Like, we knew that Kevin Durant was going to be traded. And yes, he already had his team picked out. I'm just shocked it came on that Sunday there. But it happened. It is what it is. I think it's a horrendous move for Houston, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But I do want to keep it on the NBA Finals. Yeah, I think it's a terrible move by Houston. But let me keep this on the NBA Finals. It is a shame because all I asked the NBA to do for me in the finals was keep me entertained. They did that. All I asked for the NBA Finals was, can I at least get a 5th game out of this? Got it. Can I get a 6th? Wow. We got a 7th game on a weekend, which we'll be able to watch. Did I watch the game in its entirety? No, I didn't. But you know what I did watch? Tyrese Halliburton knocking down triples early, going like, oh, this could be really fun. And the minute he went down, it wasn't like I was like, oh, well, now I'm not going to tune in and watch. But you sort of knew what was going to happen. I love the fact, Kevin, that the Pacers fought their ass off in the first half and had a lead at the break. I'm like, this team didn't just our guy's down, we can't play. But you knew what the outcome was going to be where Halliburton was on it. That could have been, Kevin, a 25, 12, and 10 game for Halliburton in a Game 7 on the road, and we didn't get to see it. And I felt like we as a fan base, even though OKC won it, and it was still basketball, it was game number 7, we got robbed of what we might have been able to see. Like LeBron James and, Kyrie Irving on the road at Golden State. Like, that was one of those, like, it might not have been the cleanest game, but we had the superstars in the biggest moments making monster plays, and we loved it. Man, I felt robbed last night of that game. I did. I really did.
I don't think there's any other way to feel. I think it's incredibly reasonable, Donnie, to watch the early portions of that game. And if you say,
oh, we're on it.
Indiana
we
was
got it.
But Donnie, not only that. Oh, Indiana's winning this game. Because here's the thing about Tyrese Halliburton. When he scores like he was looking like he was going to, they don't lose. They just don't lose. I believe, Donnie, before that game, they were 10-2 regular season and postseason this year when he scores 9 or more first quarter points. He had 9 in 7 minutes. He was on his way to probably giving us that 30-point performance that we had been wondering would he be capable of in a game against this Oklahoma City Thunder defense. Yep. And the Game 7 effect hit the Thunder's offense, Donnie. They had 47 first-half points. They only played 1 quarter above standard. Basically, only 1 quarter their team total went over. The Indiana Pacers occasionally feel immune to things as we can't score, right? From that perspective. This is a basketball team that scored 130 last year in a Game 7 against the New York Knicks on the road. I understand that that's not the finals and that's the Knicks, but it gives you an idea of who this basketball team can be. So is it, are we leading shows, Donnie, by saying the Thunder's title doesn't count? No, because they were the best team and they were big favorites. But do I think it's absolutely reasonable to say, yeah, I think the Pacers were winning that game? Yeah, because that's actually how I feel, DRS. I think the Pacers were going to win that game if Halliburton was able to play the entire way.
Like, thinking back on the NBA itself, like the Pacers winning that championship. Now, I might be missing a season or two, but, I've been watching the NBA for a long time. maybe the biggest upset, not NBA Finals upset, which was a monster one, but just like, wait a second. How did the Pacers win the NBA championship? Because usually the Lakers, even the Pistons years, like, hey, but the Pistons were very good in the regular season. And I'm not saying a 50-win team you just sort of brush off and throw away. But if the Pacers would have won this NBA championship, it would have been maybe the most unthought of championship in my lifetime that I was like, what? Like, how did they do that? Because it felt like, even though, again, a 50-win team, they were a Cinderella story going all the way through. The Bucks, they got the pedigree, they'll probably beat them. Even though we thought the Pacers were better, no way they get past, the Cavaliers. That's not a chance. And if they do, it's probably going to be the Celtics that knocks them off. And then no way they're going to beat OKC. And here they found themselves in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals, which, again, man, like, if Halliburton plays 7 minutes, Kevin is 0 for 3 from 3. Look, it doesn't minimize the impact that he probably still could have had on the game. But the fact that he was like, my calf is feeling really good. My range is on, which means if he knocks down 3 in the first 7 minutes, he might have an all-time game. And I don't mean 50 points, 60 points, right? Just, I'm going to be at the top of my game in the biggest moment. Come catch me. And as soon as he hit the floor, you knew exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think that's... I'm not trying to make the comparison of the consistent scoring, but Don, like when Steph comes out like that, you go, oh my gosh, he might hit 11, 12 threes tonight, right?
Yeah.
And for Halliburton, it's like, well, he's going to score 30, and they literally just do not lose if he scores 30.
Chat box popping here. Aaron and Kristen having some fun here. It's a new week, new money, as we like to say, and a lot of hot topics and hot weather. Next.
Of summer have returned and taken the field for the great American pastime.
You should monetize that.
Get the winning edge. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
With your news flash, I'm Trey Westerberg. This update brought to you by Progressive. The United States struck 3 sites in Iran early Sunday, inserting itself into Israel's war aimed at destroying the country's nuclear program. Addressing the nation from the White House, President Donald Trump asserted that Iran's key nuclear facilities were completely and fully obliterated. It was not clear whether the U.S. would continue attacking Iran alongside its ally Israel, which has been engaged in a war with Iran. Trump acted without congressional authorization, and he warned that there would be additional strikes if Tehran retaliated against U.S. forces. Texas Governor Greg Abbott vetoed a bill to ban all THC consumables, allowing the booming market flush with THC-infused vapes, gummies, and other products to continue to be sold across the state. Abbott waited until the final moment to veto the bill in what would have been one of the most restrictive THC bans in the country and a significant blow to the state's billion-dollar industry.
I'm Trey Westerberg with your news flash.
Macy's lowest prices of the summer on furniture and mattresses are here, which means you'll find great July 4th deals now on beautiful home updates, like the 7-piece Whitburn outdoor dining set, $19.99. Customer favorites like the Radley sectional, now $21.79, and 20 to 65% off top mattress brands like Sealy. And with Macy's white glove delivery, we'll set it all up and whisk away all that packaging too. But hurry in, these summer deals are going on now at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Luck is a word losers use. If you think winning is only a matter of chance,
you must be new here.
We give you sports gaming strategies and information that changes outcomes others flip a coin over. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The finals are over. And yesterday, look, SGA wasn't all that efficient. Didn't really need to be. You got a lot of points off the bench from Mathurin, which you love to see. You got a lot of points off the bench for TJ McConnell. It's like the nation's heartthrob right now. And like, how does this guy, able to sneak on this bench here? And can he play elsewhere? He was phenomenal in that series. Obi Toppin gives you 0, which I love to see that in the final game. Like sometimes, man, some of these bench guys so like on and off at times. But once you saw the Halliburton injury, you knew eventually how that game was going to play out, and they lost. Now, here's the interesting thing, too. It's like, man, like you take a look at the Pacers now, like what holds for the future? Like the Thunder are a plus 220 price next year. Like I called them the Dodgers today. Dodgers won a championship. Nobody's going to touch them next year. You got to price them so far away that it's crazy. Like the Celtics. But we know it's a long NBA season. Injuries happen. Yeah. Other teams get good. I don't know if I'm taking a plus 220. But you look at the Pacers, who just made that run. Fun team. Halliburton goes down. He won't play next year. 45-1. This team just made a run to the finals. Like, we can play with anybody, anywhere, at any time, Kevin. 45-1 at FanDuel is their favorite next year.
Do you disagree with it, though, Donnie? I mean, Tyrese Halliburton was out, and they couldn't score the basketball even slightly. And we know he's missing the entire season without a shadow of a doubt.
Like, it's one of those things, like, you're like, hey, find your golfer. Like, where is he out on a Friday? Like, scroll down. Like, I was really surprised to see it, though, because theoretically, when you look at it, it probably is correct. But when you just watch the season they had, like, and it wasn't their run wasn't a fluke. Like, it wasn't like, hey, they just got a lottery ball and they got to the NBA Finals and had a good run. Like, they had a really good playoff run. And then you see, like, again, Cavaliers, Knicks, Rockets, Celtics, Magic, Timberwolves, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Spurs, Mavericks, Sixers, then the Pacers. Like, it sounds shocking. Like, it just, to say there's so many teams ahead of them. And it's like, well, maybe they did have a perfect run. Maybe they did play great. And Halliburton's not going to be there. How can they make a run? But it still have a great coach. It was jarring to see them at, let's just say, 50-1 after getting to Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I that from respect, Donnie, I agree, right? I mean, it was the most worrisome thing with the whole Halliburton situation, right? Is if this guy gets injured, it's not that it's going to cost the series, it's that it's going to cost you the season of next year. And that's the situation that we find ourselves in. Did you have any thoughts, Donnie, on I know everybody likes to be right, but I sometimes don't think there's enough self-awareness from people on the things they are victory lapping. Like, people thinking they are doctors because during Game 5, they're like, what if it's an Achilles? And then being like, I knew it, man. It's like, well, you were wrong in Game 6. Like, will you just shut up, please? But was there a part of you, Donnie, that because it seemingly was on the board, you look at the Pacers and say, you shouldn't have pushed it. He shouldn't have played Game 6 or Game 7, and this was a mistake?
No, because you will never get Tyrese Halliburton, even in a down moment, to go like, I knew I shouldn't have played. When you understand when you're on a run, and you don't usually get to these points, they're your guys in the locker room, and it's been a journey. Like, unless your leg falls off, I'm going to be there. We just didn't know in what capacity, right? And you can date way back into the early 1970s, Willis Reed. Like, the dude tore his quad and was like, if I can get out there for 30 seconds and give this team a lift, I'll do it. And he did that. And they ended up playing like 30 seconds, hit a bucket, came out of the game immediately, and the Knicks went on to win the championship. Now, granted, that didn't happen here with Indiana, but at no point will Tyrese Halliburton like, you know what? I'm going to sue the medical staff. They let me play in that game. Not a single thought. Like, if that's the way it was going to go down, that was devastating. But he knows going back to that locker room and the long rehab process again, he won't ever question, like, maybe I shouldn't have played in that game. That will never cross a competitor's mind. I don't have any issue with it because middle of the season, Kevin, in February, he doesn't play for an entire month probably at that point, 3 to 4 weeks, rehabs and gets ready. But the fact that he was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And also, he didn't have that pushback pain, if you will. Like in game, was like, he can't play. He's getting an MRI. He's like, you know, I gutted this thing out. I think I can gut it out again. Then plays Game 6. Hey, you know what? Maybe it is actually on the mend that I can get away with game number 7. Caught up to him. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think it's what's so crazy, Donnie, right, is he played all of Game 5, 23 minutes in Game 6. I wonder if to some degree, like, he got off to such a hot start, he overexerted a little bit, right? It's an awful, awful thing. The clip of
But even
him,
the play, like I see what he's like, but even like on the play, like it wasn't like, hey man, I'm going in for a breakaway dunk, windmill 360 time. Oh no, there goes my Achilles. Or like I'm driving to the rack, explosion to the rim, there it goes. That was and it's funny, how many times you see the Achilles injury is just that one, like I'm making a move, I extend my leg, and it just gives out.
Just goes, yeah. No, it's true. It's just so unfortunate because Donnie, again, guys, you mentioned Kyrie earlier, right? When he got hurt in the beginning of that the first ever Cavs Warriors series.
Yeah.
Kyrie getting injured, certainly I believe, is why they did not win that series. Kyrie played next year, they won the championship. Kyrie didn't miss any of next season, right?
Yeah.
It's the fact that this injury doesn't stop here. It's the fact that we go into next season knowing Tyrese Halliburton won't play a second of it, which is just why it feels so incredibly devastating. And, the Eastern Conference, right? I mean, 3, you've got the Cavs, the Knicks, and now Orlando is actually third. Let me say this
Yes.
too, Donnie. I don't know how you feel, but like people need to stop overlooking the Sixers. Their prices are silly.
Correct. Now, granted, you don't know what you're getting out of Embiid, but let's just say you get 70% of Embiid when he was at his greatest MVP level, and he plays the majority of the season, which doesn't mean 80 games out of 82, like 60 games out of 82. You have a high draft pick coming in. You have Tyrese Maxey, you have McCain that's going to be coming back, who had a very good rookie season. You have Paul George, whatever you get out of him. But the semblance of the Sixers as is like, they'll be like an 8th seed. That's not correct. So I don't think they're winning anything, but you're right about it. They're such an afterthought that now you look at them and like, now the disrespect is a little bit too far. Not to say they'll win, not to say you love 33-1, but this isn't a team that's like, well, if they come back healthy, they won't make the playoffs, which is what I feel like they're sort of getting priced at right now. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing to me, Donnie. If you just say, hey, Joel Embiid retired, okay, I don't think the Sixers can win a title, but they're still, to me, making the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. I just think that people forget that team had top 3 odds to win the East last year, and like very respectable odds. And it's like, oh, well, but they were awful. It's like they were injured to an unreal degree. The thing that is uncomfortable is like we just don't get Embiid updates. Like I would like for them, like, Embiid's like, again, this is the time of year, Donnie and I always agree on this. I want nothing but positive updates, right? Tell me my quarterback's breaking records. Tell me my MVP's healthy.
Exactly. The general manager's like, well, we haven't seen him all summer yet. So, here we go. We'll be back.
SportsGrid. Stamping out the boredom in baseball year after year. We bring you all the angles, insights, and information you need. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
To understand the consequences of technology advancing faster than human evolution, University of Texas researchers have created an electronic face tattoo, wirelessly monitoring brain waves and pupil dilation, detecting mental strain without bulky headgear. To understand the stress of workers in professions like truck driving or air traffic controllers, where mental lapses can have serious consequences. Ouch. The big question, does the tattoo come off?
Why does it say lab specimen on your forehead?
Follow me at Capalbo on X and stay tuned to the Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Sports Rage tonight.
I nearly fell off my chair when I saw that the Los Angeles Dodgers bought the LA Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers were bought by the Buss family in 1979. They paid $67 million. They just sold in 2025 for $10 billion.
It's Sports Rage Tonight with Gabe Morency. Weekdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. The SportsGrid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1988, the Yankees fire manager Billy Martin for a 5th time. Known as Billy the Kid, Martin had a love-hate relationship with owner George Steinbrenner, the boss. Steinbrenner and Martin even did a beer commercial together.
Actually, we agree on just about everything, right, Bill?
You betcha, George.
We even drink the same beer. Billy?
Yeah, George.
You're fired.
Oh, not again.
For SportsGrid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
Have you noticed how hard it is these days to find something to believe? Nonsense is everywhere. But at SportsGrid, we put our mouth where your money is. Because if we're ever wrong, you wouldn't win. Get it? This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Oh, the offseason NBA fired up right away. One day after the championship, OKC takes it down, a massive favorite to win once again next year at a plus 220 price at FanDuel for another NBA championship. And where do they go? One of the youngest teams we've ever seen out here right in the middle of their prime. We understand this. There's 82 games. There's playoffs. There's other good teams out there. It's not just a walk in the park. Many people thought last year, Kevin, the Celtics won. Well, pencil them in for 3 more. Now you look at the Celtics losing Jason Tatum for this season, and they're going, anybody want Drew Holiday? Anybody want Porzingis? We can't afford these contracts anymore. It's amazing how quickly that window actually closes. But I thought OKC, if there is a case study, they didn't embarrass themselves, Kevin. Like some teams do, like the Philadelphia 76ers and multiple teams over the past 10 years. Like, we just need to tank so far below where other two teams are tanking with us. We have to embarrass ourselves where they won't even touch us and we get a top draft pick. Sometimes it works in your favor. But OKC did have those times where we laughed at Sam Presti like, wait a second. We know we got lightning in a bottle with this guy, SGA. I'll put him out there. He scores 35. Whoa. You missed 3 games in a row. All right, put him out there again because the NBA is going to catch on to us. Boom, 33 points. Whoa. We can't be winning these games right now. They did it perfectly where they're in a window of being a young team with tons of draft capital over the next 6 to 7 years, which is incredible from what they built up from the trades. Yeah. And I say that to myself like, boy, if you are a position of an enviable franchise where it's like, hey, this wasn't the last run, or hey, we have an aging superstar at 36, they're all young. So I want to equate this, Kevin, from a thought process to OKC and how they built their championship run right now. And in the midst of that window right now that basically just starts, then we flip it over to Houston, which I thought, like Houston was like, you know what? We're going to be a copycat of this. We are on the exact same trajectory, theoretically, that OKC is. We're young. We have one player who's really like the veteran guy, Fred VanVleet. Kevin, he's 31 years old. Didn't even turn 32, I don't think, till like midway through next season. He's like the veteran point guard. I got to keep these guys in line, run the offense, make sure they know what they're doing. And they go, okay, we'll get Ime Udoka. You get the number 2 seed. You flame out because you weren't ready to win yet. And they go, our next move is we got to get a Kevin Durant or a player in here that's going to be able to be that type of guy we can go to down the stretch. But for me, Kevin, I just watched OKC and what they did. Why did Houston do what they do for Kevin Durant? Because I just want to make this quick point, and then I'll throw it to you. They are better in the short term. Getting Kevin Durant in that move, they're better today than they were yesterday. And I understand that. But I loved what OKC did. I'm like, man, Houston's got these two teams, Kevin, toe-to-toe for like a decade. Hilariously fun to watch. And I don't know if I'm going to get that now.
I think that's interesting, though, Donnie, because they didn't necessarily give up anything that stops them from making a big move. I think that becomes that's why I struggle to find people who agree with you that are a little bit lower on the deal. They are better for next season. And Donnie, in 5 years, like, was Jalen Green going to be on this team? I don't know about that. I doubt Dylan Brooks was.
But I know exactly where you're going with this, too, because it makes sense. Because Coach X had a really good response. He was like, I think they can win now and later because they do have a lot of young talent and they have capital and they can use it, which I get that. But I just thought, like, when you get to Kevin Durant, it sort of slows the process a little bit down of the superstar players of your future. Like, I'm going to get that ball now with a minute to go. I'm going to get that ball to take the last shot. And I don't think it's there. So you're right with the way your approach is. And I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I just saw, like, I wanted this team to grow together and be young and just take that OKC trajectory. And I just think it was interrupted. Now, if they win and win at all costs, and even, Kevin, if they get to an NBA Finals and don't win it like the next 2 to 3 years, like, you know what? You can't argue with it. But I just saw that team as Oklahoma City light, and I wanted to see where that journey went.
I understand that, Donnie. I just don't think that they gave up on guys that were supposed to be a part of that journey. Like, they don't like Jalen Green that much in Houston. It's why people are crushing the Phoenix return. Like, I understand that Jalen Green is 23 years old and averages 20 points per game, essentially 3 consecutive years. I am more interested in Jalen Green and what he can be than most people, though, the consensus, right, of people, DRS. But the Jalen Green in the 10th pick, there are some people who would tell you have to add the 10th pick to get rid of Jalen Green. Like, that is kind of the MO of it all. Because here's one of the other reasons I think, Donnie, you make the move, and maybe you'll find this to be too far. But if you told me that they could make that trade before this postseason, they might have won the title in my eyes. I think they beat Golden State and Minnesota. And this Thunder team, I think, was a lot more vulnerable than everybody's come to accept based on the fact they played 2 50-win teams and both pushed them to 7 games.
Yeah, it's again, I don't think it's a lose because you can never fault an organization for saying, like, I'm going to make the best move because we owe it to our fans. It's been a while since we really were making runs here. Next year, heading into the season, the whole offseason, H-Town is charged up. Like, they can't wait to watch Kevin Durant. They hope it works out. They have a young team they can watch around them and the aging superstar who still has some stuff left in the tank because he played 60-plus games last year and played very well. But you don't know what you're going to get as these guys just get older and older and older. And now you take a look at OKC. It's like, well, we have to do something to try to chase them down. And, you know, the way it goes at that point. But also, when you take a look at, like, the NBA season with that move and, like, does it shift, like, the Richter scale? Like, we don't know what we're getting out of LeBron James and Luka Doncic next year because LeBron's going to be a little bit older. We know we're getting out of OKC. Golden State is another. Yeah.
Look at that clock. Look at the clock.
No, that's true. JP, where are you at?
Radio Network.
Progressive presents the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
The Oklahoma City Thunder captured the NBA championship in Game 7 last night, beating the Indiana Pacers 103-91. The Thunder went from winning 22 and 24 games in the 2021-2022 seasons to claiming the top spot in the Western Conference each of the past 2 years. They followed up a 56-win campaign last season with 68 wins this season, one of the 7 best single-season marks in NBA history. The Thunder ultimately won 84 games between the regular season and the playoffs, tying the 96-97 Bulls for third most in any season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander named the finals MVP. He had 29 points and 12 assists in the victory. Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton left the game late in the first quarter, going down with what was reported as an Achilles injury. He was already dealing with a calf strain, but insisted on playing. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
For more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has given you the opportunity to build your next success. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields like business, healthcare, data analytics, cybersecurity, and more. Plus, we offer 100% online and hybrid courses, personalized advising, and lifetime career services. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Let's keep it real.
Baseball can be boring.
That's where SportsGrid comes in.
Nothing livens up those 9 innings like sports gaming. You might experience something you've never felt in a baseball game, a quickened pulse. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Rolling along, people. I mean, baseball weather, you got to love this, Kevin. Like tonight, 7 o'clock start in Baltimore. How about 95-degree temperatures? It's hot all over the place. You love to see it. Yesterday it was really hot, and I got robbed in one game, which cost me some money. Shout out the Arizona Diamondbacks, Kevin. There was the worst pitcher on the mound yesterday. Who was it? Herman Marquez, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah. 96-degree temperatures. Wind blowing out double digits in Colorado. And it's not the one team that held me up. The Arizona Diamondbacks only scored 2 runs. Dodgers got like 13.
I got a good one for you.
Seattle's got like 14, and they can't get. And again, the worst case, Kevin, is they get 2 by the 4th inning. I'm like, the Rockies are like the worst bullpen in baseball. So this is easy. They don't score for 5 straight innings. Oh,
you want a good one? You want a good one? I threw together. You get your little boost, right? I took it was 5 guys for like 2 hit run RBI. Now, I understand people are like, oh, come on, it's a 5-leg parlay. But also, everybody was like taken down. Like all these guys were supposed to basically get 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And one guy left me waiting. And this was Friday. I think it was Friday. Okay. Geraldo Perdomo batting second in the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup at Coors Field on a night they scored 14 runs.
Oh, wow.
The hit run RBI total, Donnie, for the top 4 guys in that lineup.
Yes. Yep.
10.
Yeah.
1. 5. 10. What? Don, it cost me like a smooth 8-1. I couldn't even believe my eyes.
Like, brother, get a walk. Somebody's hitting a home run behind you. There's another one. Ding. Oh,
stop
man,
swinging.
You know who's done that too? Like, I remember like the Jazz Chisholm when the bats were smoking hot for the Yankees. Every single player gets a statistic, but your guy. It's like that doesn't make sense. And the worst part, the times that you get so angry at these, like, and usually in the RBI market as well, it's like, all right, this is going to be perfect, man. It's second, third, nobody out. My guy's on deck. You're like, dude, brother, strike out right here. Like, give me, or like single, first and third. That dude hits a rocket into the seats for a home run. And you just like, you got to be kidding me. And then your guy comes up, gets that base hit. Would have been an RBI, maybe 2 RBI at that spot. But he's sitting on first base. It's sometimes it is maddening. But the weather conditions this weekend in baseball, like you will never get a better chance to say, like, hey, the weather will never be better. No, that was true this weekend. Like, Kevin, every game, like yesterday, and we did pro baseball today, it was like one game which was San Francisco, right? Which is never as a good ballpark.
Oh, my gosh,
64 degrees, whatever, wind blowing out 6 miles an hour. Every other game, Kevin, was like mid-90s, double digits blowing out, and just have an absolute day. Like, we had our six home run props yesterday. I hit 2 of 3 yesterday, which is unbelievable. Usually I'm getting like 1 every 2 weeks. I hit Cal Raleigh, who's a plus 135 to hit a home run. First at bat, bang, seats. Bad pitcher, hot environment at Wrigley, wind blowing out. It was like just a merry-go-round in that game. Also had Mickey Moniak in Colorado. He hit a home run, plus 475. Like Mickey did it. Again, 95-degree day, ridiculous. Tom hit one. Shanwell for the Angels, 8-1 price. Boop, ripped it out of there. Like, we were having some fun with those home run props, but I feel bad. Like, you look at this, it's only 89 degrees. Like, every game yesterday was absurdity. It really was.
Yeah, that's great. I will say, just because you mentioned the Giants, I'll tell you this, and we know how these go sometimes. Donnie, I'm in one of those runs where I'm like, who gets the good breaks around here? Because I know I don't have any of them. Giants team total, Donnie, over 3.5 on a Saturday.
Yes,
we're 3 innings in. They've got 3 runs.
Was that the Rafael Devers home run?
Yes, it sure was. Yeah, 2-run bomb, because there was a home run in the first inning they hit. Donnie.
Oh, there you go. Yep, I knew it made it 3-0.
Just nothing. Just absolutely. Like, you want them here, ready? You know what, Donnie? We'll go full story mode. Ready?
Go.
So it was one of those things, like, I was a little annoyed. I was like, you know what, man? Like, I bet some WNBA. It wasn't going well. I was like, you know what? We're going to pony up. This bet's going to win, and it's going to make me feel a little bit better, right? I took a nap. Fiance wasn't feeling great. She took a nap. I woke up first. I said, let me check on this game. I said, I like what I'm seeing here. And she was still a little. I said, you know what? You stay in bed. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go watch this game. I'm watching this game. I go, man, I can't do this. You know what? Do you want any steak? She's like, what? I'm like, I'm in the mood. I'm going to make steak. She's like, you've literally never once ever before, Donnie, grilled a steak. I go, yeah, I don't know. I've been watching YouTube videos. I'm going to go. She's like, what are you talking about? I just left the house, went to the deli, picked up a New York strip. As I'm walking around the deli, I'm getting the alerts to the phone, Donnie, though, that the Red Sox scoring runs might push this thing to extras. I'm like, come on, man, please, just 3-3 this thing for me. That's all I need. And boom, nothing. They do not score. It was a fake comeback. I think Donnie's gone, by the way. I think he either froze or I'm frozen. So there's that. We get a fake comeback from the Boston Red Sox. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I come home. And there he is. So I come home after losing this bet. Say, I'm making this steak, man. I've been watching it. I'm patting it dry. I'm salting it. She's a little groggy. She just woke up. I'm like, I got this, man. I'm telling you, I got this. Now, listen, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I go, no, I just need you to turn the grill on for me. She's like,
oh, wow.
Wow. Kidding me, man.
City boy. Oh, my goodness.
But DRS, can I tell you something, though? I handled the whole thing, and you could ask her. It came out incredible. I followed it all to the T, moving it around on the grill when it needed to, flipping at the right time, got it in the aluminum foil, let it heat itself up a little bit. Perfect medium rare steak. Now, for you, it would have been a little too red. I know that, but Donnie, it was perfect.
That's one of my joys in life, though, really, is this. Like, I love YouTube Reels. I watch everything. Like, that's what I do. Like, I'm bored right now. Let me flip. And you can get lost in those for 20, 30 minutes, and who knows what you're watching. But, like, the comments that I like to, like somebody like, man, steak's perfect. Like, somebody better cook that steak. And the people just come out of the woodwork. You know what I mean? Like, this steak was cooked to perfection. Brother, I don't know what you're looking at. That looks like that cow just died. Because I don't like it that way, but the majority of the people do. It's just funny. Like, just like a really good pizza. And somebody like, brother, that pizza looks burnt. You're nuts. This is the best pizza place in the world. This is how they cook. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. But for me with steaks, like, because everybody's like, perfectly done steak. And like, that thing is undercooked. Bang, the hornet's nest comes right out on that there. So there you go. Cooking steaks, man.
Yeah. I loved it though. Like, you know how, like, I'll tell you this. I've come to accept that there's certain things in life that Donnie's just always correct about. Like, you're going to start to grill. You're going to start to care about the grass, and you can just feel it, right? You just start to embrace being a 30-year-old, and that's the way things are going. Can we do a quick pit stop on your New York pizza experience?
Yes.
Your review being delicious. I told you this before the show. Yes. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, I thought it would be like one of the best pizzas I've ever had or worth the trip. Just delicious. Like you had a good sip of soda. Like, I just
like I'm telling, like and again, major props. Like, we took the train, takes like an hour and a half from Trenton, wherever we're coming in from. So we get there and like, all right, we're gonna walk down there. So we walk like it was like 1.2 miles from the train station to Bleecker Street, which is John's, which we wanted to go to for a long time. So we get in the line and it looks deep. And I was telling the wife, I was like, this is probably just like even get a slice. It's this long, but it wasn't. We got in there quick and they machine like in there. The pizza was very, very good. The flavor was tremendous. I would have liked a little bit less flop on the pizza, but it was real. Like, I didn't go there like, this is disappointing. It was really good pizza. The best slice I've ever had? No, but that wasn't the expectations. Good pizza is really good pizza on a scale of like 1 to 10. Like, okay, just keep it in the 8s and you are enjoying yourself. And that really was like, we had a great time. Mozzarella sticks, in and out before we went and hit some of the other city sites there. But I was about to be so disappointed. Like, if I got there, it's like, hey, 2-hour wait, you can't get in. I'm like, where am I going now? You know what I mean? And I was getting recommendations from people hitting me up on Twitter, like, hey, this pizza around the corner, this pizza over here, like this is here. But I knew it would get a good reaction where it's like, where am I? Like, wait a second. What do you mean? Upper East Side. Like, I don't know where I am. Like, who knows? People are answering. I'm just hitting the like. Like, I don't know. Upper East Side, West Side, Soho. Who the hell knows where I am? But just me in the city. It's like, he actually made it there. This guy's been lying for years. I was in the city, brother. I was.
This is sports gaming information you can use. Expert analysis on odds, insights, and strategies you can literally take to the bank. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Progressive presents the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
The College World Series final is complete. LSU eliminated Coastal Carolina with a 5-3 win on Sunday to capture their 8th national championship. The Tigers won the best of 3, 2-0. The Phoenix Suns have agreed to a blockbuster trade, sending 15-time NBA All-Star Kevin Durant to the Rockets. In exchange, they get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in this year's draft. The first round is this Wednesday. They also get 5 second-round picks. The trade can be formally completed when the new league year begins on July the 6th. Not only do the Suns get 2 starters from the number 2 seed in the Western Conference and a 2025 first-round pick, and also receive second-round picks, including the number 59 selection in this year's draft. NBA Finals Game 7, the Thunder captured their first championship with a 103-91 win over the Pacers. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
That's the SportsGrid Sports Flash. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Hey, get in.
What? Who are you?
I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Springtime. When a young man's fancy turns to
Get your mind out of the gutter.
For sports gaming strategies and information that gives you an unfair advantage, you'll find it all right here.
It's the winning edge.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
By the way, talking baseball certainly gets some bad beats from time to time. Weather's tremendous again tonight. I think there's 9 games on the card. There are some pretty good spots there for a little bit later. But again, we don't have that press of, yes, the Yankees are playing 11:30 a.m. and another game at 12 o'clock. Like, they were out and about real quick yesterday. But the MVP market is very interesting to me because I do think Shohei Ohtani, which Aaron Judge is having such a spectacular season. Like, Cal Raleigh's making a run because he's hitting home runs. But my whole thought process behind that is, well, how many runs is enough? Like, or home runs? He's probably got to 60, like, overtake Judge, which he's going to slow down. And he's playing on the East Coast, or should I say middle of the country right now. Ballparks very conducive to the home runs, like Wrigley Field, smashing them out of there left and right. That's what you do. That ball doesn't travel all that well in T-Mobile up in the Pacific Northwest. But Aaron Judge was a minus 20,000 like a week ago. He's down to minus 2,200. Cal Raleigh's at a plus 750, which I just wanted to bring that up because I look at the National League where P. Crow Armstrong is sensational. He's having an unbelievable season. But Ohtani's hitting around 300, smashing bombs, and now he's pitching it. He's only 550. Like, I don't understand that. Why would Judge, and again, this was even like Judge was like the minus 20,000 and Ohtani's like minus 400. Like that discrepancy where it's like, okay, Raleigh has a legitimate chance to maybe catch Judge. Like Judge does one thing well. He plays the field okay. Don't get me wrong, above average fielder.
Yeah.
But Ohtani's like, I'm hitting and I'm pitching now. And I'm minus 550. And I'm dominating at this point still. I don't get it. I just don't.
So my only pushback, I guess, Donnie, would be, and I know some people don't believe these stats are the end-all, be-all, but just trying to give people perspective. Wins above replacement, offensive WAR. Ohtani is first in the National League, but at 3.6. Kyle Tucker's at 3.5. PCA's at 3.3. What's incredible, though, Donnie, wins above replacement all-encompassing, where Ohtani not pitching fully yet, and not playing the field at all will hurt him. James Wood is in front of him, 3.7. PCA is in front of him, 4.1. And leading all National Leaguers in wins above replacement, obviously no chance to win the award, but still, Paul Skeens, 4.4.
But the interesting part to me, though, is like the extrapolation of where does this actually lead to, right? Because now that Ohtani is healthy pitching, the expectation is, one inning now, one inning yesterday. We might go 2, 3, all-star break. All right, now you're up to 5 innings. Like, I'm just, because a lot of these numbers are based on like the future and what the projections are going to be. So the minute I see like Ohtani back in there healthy, like he can't hurt himself. Like if he's just average at the plate, what does that mean for him? 300 hitter, 35 home runs. I'm just talking like just average and 110 RBI. And it's like, okay, now he's going to pitch on top of that. What does Pete Crow Armstrong or Kyle Tucker have to do? 60 home. Again, that's why I took the Cal Raleigh thing. Is like, well, what's Cal Raleigh have to do? Well, Judge hits 45, but Raleigh hits 60. Like, we can't not give it to him. And then I look and say, well, Judge, unless he steals 17 home runs and turns into Willie Mays, like he's like a ball doesn't drop in the outfield. He's the best outfielder we've ever seen. But Ohtani pitching and just doing it to like a 3.5 ERA the rest of the way. It's like 550. And again, I'm going to say this now, like minus 550 is a steal. We'll be talking at the end of August, and he's like, minus 20,000. Like, why don't you just take the 550? Because we never do that, right? It's like, well, price is already up from 120 and 150. I can't take it at 550. And how am I going to wrap up $550 doing 100 and wait that long? And what happens if it doesn't work out? I look like an idiot. I bet I got it minus 550 for an MVP, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting though, but for me, Donnie, I don't, he's obviously the favorite, but I have more trepidation than you about him running away with this because I am so much lower on his expected innings pitched, I think, still than a lot of people. I think it's going to be a situation. I would not be surprised if at the end of the year, Ohtani wins MVP, but I'm arguing he doesn't actually deserve it this season. And maybe everyone will think I'm crazy, but like, Donnie, I'm just saying if the season ended today, him pitching 2 innings is absolutely meaningless. That Kike Hernandez has pitched more innings than Shohei Ohtani this year. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, but he's going to be up there, though. Like, again, not with anybody. Once he gets his starts together, he should be put it this way, though. He should be a full-time starting pitcher by the time we get out of the All-Star break. Every 5th day, every 6th day, whatever they want to do, where the goal is not he's open. The goal is he starts, and, hey, if he throws a good game, he's going into the 7th inning. And then you have, again, the pennant run, which the Dodgers aren't running away with things. And Ohtani's pitching 3-1 victories over the San Francisco Giants and hitting a solo home run. You know what I mean? It changes it just a little bit at that point where I'm just saying that minus 550 just doesn't look comparable when we are, unless, again, Ohtani, what happens if he gets injured? Like, everybody can say that. If he just has his normal season where it's like, hey, Ohtani's slumping, he hasn't hit a home run in 3 weeks. Like, that doesn't happen to him, it feels like. Well, like, every night he's in the mix with something. Yeah.
So I understand. So I understand your take of, well, if that's the Judge number, Ohtani's number should be closer. Let me ask you this, Donnie. If we did a MLB MVP award, right, not league based, what do you think Judge's price would be, and what would Ohtani's price be?
It's fun. It's great. It's a great topic of conversation because if you just take minus 220 to minus 550 and say, well, Judge would be minus 1,200 as the favorite over Ohtani, it's hard to, it's like, that's probably what it would be. And I would vehemently disagree with it and say, I'm taking Ohtani. I really would.
Yeah, I think it would be very difficult, Donnie, right, to offer people like 4-1, 5-1 on Shohei.
Yeah.
I also think that Aaron Judge is right now in still a complete class of his own as it pertains to this season's performance. Again,
plus 100. Like, hey, extrapolate the rest of the season with Shohei Ohtani coming back. Even at a plus 100, I wouldn't be taking Shohei Ohtani. I'd be taking Aaron Judge. But again, at that price point, it's like, hey, Judge is minus 1,200. Like, wait a second. Like, things can go wrong, and I'm not laying 1,200, even though he is the best player. Because what's man. Judge was hitting like 390. Guy hit 350 for the season. What? If you told me Judge hit 350 before the season, I don't care how he got there. Like, that's ridiculous. So, yeah, that's the way it goes.
I think Judge would probably still be around minus 500. The problem would be the Ohtani price on it would somehow be like plus 195. You'd be like, now, hold on a minute. Who's going to explain themselves here as to how those are the splits? But that would probably be around what you would be looking at here. As Judge still has a legitimate chance at a Triple Crown, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to talk because we got one more segment to go, and I'm just going to bring this up one more time and just set the table because I don't want to give away what I'm going to say, but some of these like odds markets that we look at, we're getting robbed out here in these streets. Like we are, it doesn't make sense except for greed, and we love gambling. Come on back, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to get angry. It's the way we do it. Kevin, it's Donnie. It's a Monday. It's a new week. Let's get angry.
We don't care what your high school girlfriend told you. You are a winner.
Or at least you will be if you keep it here.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
For anyone who's worried about back taxes, has not filed tax returns, and doesn't know what to do next, stop and listen. Not filing your taxes can have severe consequences, especially in this political climate. Now that COVID is over, the IRS is getting aggressive, massively increasing enforcement and collection efforts. With politicians making all sorts of promises, especially when it comes to taxes, hiding and not dealing with your taxes will cause you harsh legal and financial ramifications. But right now, the IRS offers forgiveness and writes off a massive amount of tax debt. The Tax Doctor offers a free service that helps people get out of IRS collections and back in good standing with the government. Don't hide or bury your head in the sand. Take advantage of our free service. Call now to learn more. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. That's 800-816-4492.
Sports Rage Tonight.
So speaking of money, when you talk money, you think golf and greedy golfers. It's never enough.
Greedy golfers.
It's never enough. I got to go to a new tour to grow the game. Hey, Brady, how's that growing the game thing going? Like, I haven't seen him do one thing. Not one. Like, I haven't seen one live youth camp.
It's Sports Rage Tonight with Gabe Morency. Weekdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. On the SportsGrid Radio Network. You're listening to SportsGrid, doing our part to spread the winning edge nationwide. Terrestrial, internet, TV, satellite, and our mobile app. Face it, you're one of us.
One of us.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Look, why do we accept certain things, Kevin, in life? Sometimes with the sport, right? This is where I want to go with this. Because if you look at, like, let's just say, per se, the NBA series prices, right? After, what was it, game 5 or game 6? Whatever it was. Or game, well, it was 2-2. 2-2, was it?
Just based on what you're trying to say, probably, yeah.
3-2 the series was, going back to Indiana. And I was like, all right, if you want to take the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's like minus 2,200. Oh, man, I don't know if I want to take that. What's a dog price? 900. Well, why is there a discrepancy like that? Like, why is it minus 2,200 and on the other side it's 1,800? Like, why is it that big of a shot that we – because, you know, it's funny because – and we do in baseball to a slight degree, right? It's like, okay, well, there's a minus 115, minus 105 split. But a minus 200 favorite then drops to like a plus 165 on the dog. And it's funny because if you would have told me, like, okay, what's true odds for that game? And let's just say they're all 20-cent lines, Kevin, right? Like a minus 200 price and a plus 180. It's like, ooh, you know what? I want to buy into that dog. But sometimes, like, hey, I think this dog can win. Like, well, it's plus 119. Like, what? That's not even like worth it to take the dog. Like, you want that shot to come through the door. And I just look at that sometimes. Like, it's like, why do we accept that? Like on a price point, like minus 2,200. Oh, what's the dog price? 9-1. Like, why? No, why isn't that 18 or 19-1? Oh.
Yeah, it's frustrating, Donnie, the VIG, the splits, right? Like we talked, I think last week, like the taxes that'll eventually, be coming in some of these states.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. Like we are already dealing with a version of that it's minus 2,000, and then plus 1,000, and that's where. You know, guys like us where it's like, hey, what do you think of the numbers? I don't know. I think OKC should be favored. Minus 2,000 is unbettable, and you're not getting a fair number on the Pacers. Sorry, everyone. But I'm not sending you to bet either of those numbers.
It's like the touchdown props. Like, oh, you want to put that bad boy minus 2,000? Show me the no then. Like, I ain't doing that. Like, you're not getting that. And then they'll be like, minus 2,000 to score, but like not to score, plus 100. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even getting value back on. I'm not asking for an even split. Like, hey, by the way, it's just an exchange, and plus 200 or minus 200 is the game. Like, you want to take the dog, it's even up. But some of those prices, like, boy, I would buy in on the Pacers and be like, well, why would I have to lay 2,300 and then 900 on the other side here? Like, it's crazy how some of these price points are off where I guess the design is they really don't want you taking the other side, or we got you over a barrel. No matter what, we're winning money, and we'll just keep on extending it higher and higher. So when you look at those points, it's like, okay, well, who's in first place, who's in second? I'm not paying that. When maybe you would bite on the dog. Like, hey, by the way, you Pacers 18-1 to win the NBA championship. All they got to do is win games 6 and 7. Now, granted, they didn't do that, but I would have said, boom, okay, I like that. And 9-1, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I like that so much. I don't know if I like that.
Quick question, Don. Do you have siblings?
Yeah. Yes.
Birthday-wise.
A sister. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, well, birthday-wise, how do you do?
Yeah.
Happy birthdays. Do you remember well? When's the message go?
My mom does a lot of that for me, by the way, even with my friends. Hey, so-and-so's birthday's today, because I don't write anything
hit you
down.
with a reminder.
So mom, like, hey, by the way, so-and-so's birthday's today. But I do know my sister's birthday. And it's funny, I texted her a day late, like, I forgot the day it was or whatever it is. So that's how I do it. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's my youngest brother, Connor's birthday. Happy birthday, Connor.
Yeah, say his name the way he's supposed to say it, just for once. Can you say it?
Yeah, it's Connor's birthday.
Okay, next. Yep, there you go.
It's one of those things that I don't forget it. I know it's his birthday.
Yes.
And I want, it's one of those things like I'm going to text him at midnight because I'm awake type of situations, right?
Yeah.
The problem is all of Saturday I thought it was Sunday, so I was about to text this kid a day early, right? I went, whoops, never mind. So I didn't text him. Then yesterday we work until 11. It's the finals.
Yep.
I'm exhausted. I don't remember. Me and him are texting this morning though about like Miles Turner getting like moved this off season, and I'm not even like awake enough. So then I just kind of put 2 and 2 together and had to write like happy birthday type of situation. And I feel like a bit of a bozo.
Yes, I've done that many times. Like you're just like your dad's birthday. You might even talk to him like, what? I just talked to him at 11 o'clock. Yeah, Pop, birthday, man, my bad. Like it just slips your mind. And I do it so many times. You're texting back and forth, and somebody goes, hey, by the way, do you know it's your dad's birthday? Oh, my God. Like, what am I, an idiot at this point? Yeah, come on now. I'm terrible. But the dates for me line up because this month is my anniversary coming up in a couple days. So our birthdays, anniversary is 25, 27, 29. And the birthdays for the family and the anniversary. So they line up so like I can actually get, if they didn't, good luck, man. By the way, 2 years ago, real quick, I almost thought I forgot our anniversary, but I didn't. I had a heart attack about 30 seconds. Hey, that's what it is. Kevin Donnie, next JP, I'm Steel. Peace.
live it. Actionable insights, analysis, odds, and expert perspective on sports